Hey, that'll be a stretch. All right. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a good night and doing well. Uh, I'm not going to give away what's going on, but there is something in the works, and we should be able to let you know fairly soon. And but it's definitely something really really cool. So, but until we have a definite confirmation of what we're doing, I'm not going to tell you. You don't get to hear what it is. So, but anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys have had a good week. Uh, Before we jump into anything, I would just like to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. It's a tease, exactly, exactly. Very family-friendly oriented channel. Please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. And Comptune says, "Spill it, Ed." No, not yet. You, as soon as we get confirmation of what we're in the process of trying to do, you guys will be the first to know, and it's way cool, way cool. So if that all works out, you will hear about it pretty soon. So yeah, say it 3 times real fast. JJ said. Uh, but anyway, so we will. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know. And but it's looking very good. I will put it like that. It's looking very positive. So. Uh, Putting up a barn for barn dances. If I'm going to put up something, I'm going to have poles in there so I can have strippers come in. I got to supplement my income somehow and have all the locals come down and see the girls. Some of the ladies in the group will be participating in that. No, I'm only kidding. Yeah, some of the guys will too. Yeah, there'll be 2 sides. So whatever side you want to go on, and you know, and I will be partaking, and I guess be trying to hold up on a pole, wrapping my legs around it. Yeah, that's a sexy thought, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have the dad bod dancing. You ladies like that. No new Harley. No, my Harley is. Oh, thank you very much. I can prep too. She said, "Happy birthday, and hello to everyone." But yeah, it's yeah. Oh, come on now, Nostradamus. You want to see us up there pole dancing. Get my little thong on. Come out with like some chaps, like a little bit of leather, right? Start rubbing up. Yeah, yeah. A little. Oh yeah, I have the pasties. Pull it off. I got the tassels, right? Start spinning it around. Yeah, get it to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the right. And then I'll be like rubbing the belly. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now you got me all hot and bothered. Everybody, hold on. I'm gonna have to stop the stream. I'm a little too excited. Yeah, all oiled up. Oh my god, yeah. No, You know what? The chances of that happening are between slim and none. So, oh my god, I can't unsee this. Oh, you got the mental picture, right? Okay, good. I'm glad you're picturing it. Now, here's what you got to remember: upper half bronzely tan, looking really good, nice and tan. Even though with the dad bod, it's all gonna be nice and brown. Lower half, pasty white. So get that mental picture as well. So, oh my God, that's too funny. So okay, so we're completely off the rails already. uh, yeah, right. I need therapy now, Troy said. Good, but no, it's what we have happening is will be it'll be really really cool. And like I said, as soon as I have confirmation that there's rails, yeah. Well, to be able to get out on the stage, that's what some of us are going to need railings to hold on to get out to the pole. Oh my God. So anyway, trying to. Rob just said trying to walk in heels. I can't. I don't want to picture that. See now I have that mental image, and now I am scarred. Okay, thank you. A twisted ankle. My age. I don't want to fall down, break a hip on stage. I'm done. Oh my God. I guess we're in a goofy mood this evening, and I haven't even been drinking. So I mean, what does that tell you? Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on here? Come on now. But anyway, but yeah, we have, like I said, it's going to be exciting news, and I can't wait to share it with you. But I got to wait till it's all confirmed and everything is locked up. And as soon as that is happening, I will let you guys know. If it's looking very, very promising, and if it goes through, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And like I said, I will share it with you guys as soon as I possibly can. Um, all right. So anyway, we're going to talk about, like I said, time. Are we running out of time? That's going to be the topic that we're going to be talking. Yeah, smoke another one. Not even, like I said, there's no buzz whatsoever. I'm not on anything other than the happiness and joy of life. I'm high on life. Woo! Out in the sunshine. Yeah, just soaking it in, soaking it in. Oh my god. Using bourbon as an eye wash right now. Oh my god, that's hilarious. I hope that helps. Uh, I used to be part of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, and they had some wild parties. Oh, I hear you. No, I'm sure. I've been to a couple clubhouses in my day, and they can be a lot of fun. I will just put it like that. A lot of fun. So, okay. So anyway, um, so where do we start here? But oh my goodness, I got all this crap in my head. But well, oh, so we'd have to come up with a name. What would the name of our cabaret in the woods be? How about that cabaret in the woods? Yeah. 16 outlaws just arrested in South Georgia. Oh yeah, the government's going to go after them. Going to go after them big time. Thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Yep, 58. Like holy crap. I used to. You guys know I used to take care of Richie. Well, Richie's mother. We share the same birthday, but she's 2 years older than I am. So she just hit the big 6-0. So she wasn't announcing on her, what her age was. But see, I know what her age is. So, uh, but yeah. So mine's today. We have Sandy is the 12th, and then we have Steve is the 18th. So, bunch of Geminis down here. But anyway, but Sharon says 11 days to my birthday. Oh, that's cool. Well, happy birthday ahead of time. So, man, I'll tell you what, though, the years go by fast. The years go by fast. I mean, next year, next year will be my 40-year reunion out of high school, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm going, oh yeah, I'll give you an update on Steve in just a second. But I think about that, and I go, where in the heck did 40 years out of high school go? Very fast. It goes by very, very fast, but that's okay. All right, so update on Steve. Steve is doing much better. He's still pretty sore, but he's actually up and around. He said he goes. I probably overdid it today. I was cleaning up a little bit in the building. He goes, but I was like losing my mind just laying around. But he's looking a lot better. I changed the dressing on his hand today. The other ones, like the one he had on his elbow, I told him to take that off yesterday. He took that off yesterday. He's going to take the one off of his head probably tonight. I told him go ahead and take that off. Let the air get at it now, because it's going to be okay enough for that. The hand, he's going to keep. They need to keep that bandages because he's going to bang that once and he's going to split it right wide open again. So yeah, moving around will help him. Yeah, yeah. He is definitely sore, but he said he's feeling better, and but. Oh, nice LPOP, Ed. Saw it in the earlier video. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So somebody said, okay. So I will. I'm going to put this part of this out there. Somebody said, oh my God, OPSEC, right? You're giving away too much information. I'm showing you one. I'm showing you one spot. That don't mean that there's not more. And uh, somebody's like, well, they're not just going to come across the meadow. Well, that's where the road is, number one. Okay. Some people will come that way. We can have an observation lookout point, right? Or listening post, observation post, right? To see what's going on. There, we have a clear view over the whole meadow, which is nice. if you don't think that we're watching along the ridge or wood line as well, then you would be silly to think that we're not doing that as well. There is plans and contingency plans. Hey, I can prep too. Hardcore member for 22 months now. Wow. If it comes back, please get a picture of the bear near the blue house. Okay, well, yeah, we were talking about that the other day. I was laughing. Me and Steve were laughing. He says he said he had a dream. I'll tell you, this is actually pretty funny. He goes, I was having a dream. I fell asleep and I was having a dream. He said, and there was a bear on the porch pushing on the door, trying to get into the blue house. He said. He said, I'm trying to find my phone in my dream and I can't find my phone. He goes, and then I woke up. So I will be 60 on the 15th. Oh, happy birthday ahead of time, Midway Farms. Congratulations. So, so anyway, so somebody's asking if has the bear come back. So I got to tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I'm like, okay, I got to go out there and I got to get those sunflower seeds and move the sunflower seeds, and so they're not. Now, first of all, I did not realize that there was sunflower seeds sitting out there. Okay, I thought it was a bag of dirt that was there, but it was sunflower seeds. So I went out last night to move the sunflower seeds, which I had there, saw them there earlier in the day, and they were gone. So the bear did come back and decided to go ahead and take the whole sunflower seeds, and so they're that is gone. So, but what are you going to do? That's we got the electric fence is up, not operational yet. We got to just do a couple touch up things. We had to charge up the battery for that so that it will actually work. So we did that. So that will be operational as of tomorrow. So, but oh yeah, and I'm sure he'll be back sniffing around. But there's no more food out there for him to get. There's really not. So let me be clear about a couple things with the bear. Okay, I'm not looking to shoot the bear. I would like to scare the bear off so he does not come back. Okay, the only way that I would shoot the bear is if the bear started to come at me to try to attack me. That's the only reason that I would shoot the bear. I am not going to try to hurt a bear just for the sake of hurting a bear. I'm not down with that. I believe it's important to try to live in harmony with nature. Realistically, who's the invader here? I'm the invader here. This is, the woods and all that all around here. That's their territory. So, I'm not looking to hurt the bear, but I'm not going to have the bear come around and destroying anything that I have here. So, we're going to attempt to scare the bear off because it's a young bear. I would say it's probably 2 to 3 years old. Not super big yet. Good enough size. Don't get me wrong. It's a good enough size, but, so that's, they don't like loud noise. Well, gunfire over their head, JJ, I'm sure that's a loud noise too. So that would be my intention. Okay. That would be my intention. Couple of and like I said, up to this point, I hadn't seen the bear at all. And, I know that they were around, but they're not coming out during the daytime and hanging out. That's not what they're doing. They're coming in there late at night or early in the morning. So, and actually there's been a couple times with Hella where I've opened the door at night and she's taken off like a shot. And I don't know what she was after. Sometimes it's been rabbits and stuff like that, but maybe she was chasing off a bear or something as well. That absolutely could be the case. So who knows? We'll have to see what happens with that. All right, what do we got? 318 in the chat. We got 126 thumbs up already. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time for that. I do appreciate that. Also makes a big difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So now that we're almost 15 minutes into the chat, why don't we get on topic? Maybe that would be a good idea. Nah. What, do you want to talk about some more stripping, Rob? Yeah. So, yeah, I'd rather not see. All right. So, are we running out of time, right? That is that is the topic of the stream. You know, the reality is this. I just saw today, I'm going to give you an example of what I saw today. Russia just warned Japan that there could be severe consequences for Japan arming the Ukraine. Okay? I want you to realize what we're doing here by arming Ukraine. We're absolutely fighting a proxy war, all right? Because it's not young American soldiers dying, but our armament, our bullets, our electronic weapons that we have that we're giving to Ukraine is being used to kill Russian soldiers. Just like Europe, just like Japan, anybody else that is involved with, like with NATO, basically, going after Germany, all those. Okay. Now let me ask you a question, and we're gonna play the devil's advocate here. What do you think we, the United States of America, would do if we were, let's say, we invaded Mexico, right? Which would take about 5 minutes, and we would probably control Mexico, right? Realistically, probably not 5 minutes, but you know what I'm saying. Wouldn't be much to take over Mexico, but all these other countries decided that we're the bad guy because we invaded Mexico for whatever reason, no matter how justified we decided it was going to be, in our minds, right? And that's what Russia's done. They've justified why they're doing what they're doing. We have vilified them. So, that's we're the saviors. We're the good guys. They're bad. They're horrible. That's how it goes in any situation. You think in Nazi Germany during World War II, the people in Nazi Germany said, yeah, you know what? We shouldn't be doing this. No. They justified what they did, and then everybody got behind it. So, but anyway, so let's talk about this. So all these other countries decide, well, we're not going to get involved fighting-wise in this war between the United States and Mexico, but we're going to give Mexico all kinds of weapons and all kinds of other stuff like that so they can use that to kill Americans. You think we wouldn't be resentful to these other countries and be, wait a minute, you're basically supplying, this weaponry that's killing our people. They're at some point they're going to say enough is enough. They're going to say enough is enough. And so I want you to think about that and put it into that perspective. If you're Russia, what are you going to do? And if Rob starts stripping clothes, start hitting you in the face, and the bow chow wow wow music comes on, I'll die laughing. I wouldn't be the bow wow wow. It'll be bada ching, bada ching, bada ching. No. Woo! So, but anyway, yeah. Hey, JJ, we got off of this now. Why are you trying to get us back? But anyway, we have been doing this for so long. I'm surprised that the entire world doesn't want to nuke us. Yeah, Don, you're right. I mean, we've gotten involved in many, many conflicts around the world. We either directly or indirectly, there's definitely work being done a lot of times behind the scenes so that we get whatever favorable government that we want in place that's going to work with us. And what does that mean? It means you do as we say, and if you don't, then we're going to have a problem, and that's how these governments, they realize you can't screw with the U.S. There's countries out there that are tired of dealing with that, the whole sanctions for this, the sanctions for that. I want you to, again, let's think about, that situation. I mean, I really don't want to get into a conflict where we have, China, we have Russia, North Korea, Iran, all lined up together, and then who else joins them? Does Saudi Arabia jump on their side? Seems like they're cozying up pretty good, right? Basically told old Joe to take his hat in his hand and hit the highway when he went over there begging for oil. So these are things that you got to think about. And if Cuba, Venezuela, exactly. Look, we've crushed Venezuela financially. I mean, the poor people down there. I want you to think about, at one point, Venezuela was was the third richest country in North America? Not anymore, And who's behind that? Who do you think's behind that, right? So, there's a lot of countries out there that have resentment, that have hatred. lined up. They're lined up, they're ready, and they'd love to see nothing better than for us to go down. So, again, I'm a big believer in you walk softly, but you carry a big stick. We don't need to be the policemen of the world. We don't need to have our fingers on all these pies. We just don't. Let them all kill each other. Let them all do what they're going to do, and then we sit back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, there we go. East Tennessee preparedness said, Magic Ed. There we go. Because I got some magic. Wearing my banana hammock. Oh my God!
Why do they keep bringing us back?
I know. Why are we bringing that back? I don't want to pick. Guys, I don't want to picture that. Okay, because I got an idea what this looks like without clothes on, and it ain't pretty. Not anymore. There was a time this was very pretty. It ain't pretty no more. Those days are gone. Oh my God! Pot stirrers, exactly. Keep it going. Oh my God! I set the mental stage there. Yep. Oh my God, that's too funny. See, you know what the worst part is? I would go up on a stage and I would do it just because, and for the laugh. I would do it for the laugh, and I would just have fun with it because I would care less. You know what I mean? But I mean, but we're not doing full nudity. This is, we are very tasteful strippers. Just I want you to know that ahead of time. If you come down to the cabaret in the woods,
we serve alcohol, so we can't go totally.
Yeah, we're gonna serve alcohol, so we can't go totally nude. So but we will be down to the G strings.
Really followers.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Everybody's rolling down with the dollar bills line, and I walk up and. Oh my God! Oh, no! Delete! Oh. Now here's what I want to know. So, Rob, what side are you working? You working for the ladies, or are you over on the other side work? Whoever's got the biggest tips. Well, they would have the tips on the men's side. Oh my God! That's right. Hey, $20 is $20. Oh my God! Oh, okay. So we got to stop. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm just getting this mental picture, making it rain with the dollar bills. I've seen a guy do that one time in the club. I was like, what is this idiot doing? He had like a stack of dollar ones. I had a stack of like ones, and this girl's up on stage, and he's basically now it was a observation only to see what those places were like. I wasn't like I was there a lot. I'm just putting that out there. It was for a study. I was doing a study. Okay. But anyway, so this guy has got this like stack of ones, and the girl's on stage, and he's literally like just like making it rain with the dollar. I'm like, what is she supposed to be impressed? Oh my God! Yeah, trust that. Bringing world peace with pole dancing. Oh my God, that's right. Oh my God, yes, this went really downhill fast right from the very beginning, and I do apologize. Yes, Fortune Cookie says, "Shake what your mama gave you." I shake that money maker, baby. And and when I start backing up, it goes beep beep beep. It's right. Yeah. That's on my playlist. That's right. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Yeah. I know. I started. It's my own fault. Oh, Carswell Studio 54. There you go. Oh my God. The Debauchery in West Virginia. Oh my God, that's too funny. All right, let's get back to being serious instead of goofing here. It's been fun though. I mean, I'm going to say that it's definitely been fun. But all right, what do we got? 340 in the chat. We're 174 in the thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and thank you ahead of time. Also, it really does make a big difference with the more algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. And again, if you are not, yeah, prepping after dark. Oh my God, yeah. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And we don't always talk about stripping, but here's the best. You need a girlfriend.
Special occasion.
Yeah, well, that would be helpful. Occupy my spare time. Hakeem says your beard is growing nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it grow. We're gonna see what it turns into. It grows fast, always has. So we're gonna go from there. The electric fence is up. We don't have it operational yet. We had to charge up the battery for that. Something came up today, okay, and I can't, like I said, I can't get into the details of what's happening with that, but there was a lot of things going on that had to be taken care of. If we don't get back on topic, I will run out of time. Right? Exactly. Oh my God. Thank you, Asif. I appreciate that donation. But yeah, it's when Russia is only going to take so much. Okay. Russia is only going to take so much, and they're going to act. And when they act, then we have to decide what we're going to do. And so let's say they act, and let's say China at the same time acts and decides to take Taiwan at that same time. Now, are we fighting two major, superpowers, nuclear powers at the same time? I mean, I don't know if that's a really smart thing to get involved in. Number one, it's a no-win situation for everybody. Number two, see, now if I was China, I would just sit back and wait. I would just sit back and wait and let us, Europe and Russia go at it, and then come in and clean up the pieces. But who knows? You know what I mean?
Depleted our munitions so much.
Yeah. Well, you look at, yeah, we're not as strong as we were because we've shipped so much of our stuff over to Ukraine for them to use, and it takes a while to replace that type of stuff. It doesn't happen overnight. So, I mean, that's, and how many billions? I mean, realistically, how many billions and billions of dollars already have we sent over there? Now, I don't remember them asking the American people, uh, you know, should we be sending these billions and billions and billions to another country so that they can fight and kill each other? Or should we be taking that money possibly and putting it into our own country, which is a disaster that needs a lot of help? There's a lot of things that need to be taken care of. I know that's an easy call for me. So, plus the attack from within. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, like I said, I've talked about it so many times. I feel like I'm talking about it till I'm blue. My biggest concern always has been a grid down situation. EMP. I don't think it'll be an EMP, but if there is a coordinated attack on our power grid, uh, again, what they're looking to do is they're looking for max casualties, and the best way to kill America is to let us kill ourselves. It's the only way, realistically. Realistically, it's the only way. And so, if they put a grid down situation, you get rid of what they consider a lot of useless eaters, right? They get rid of the old. They get rid of the compromise. They get rid of, the mentally challenged. They get rid of anybody that's, terminally sick that needs medication and stuff like that. They get rid of anybody that's on a ventilator. You don't realize how much that costs local and state governments. Let's just go with the mentally retarded folks, okay? And I'm going by what I know from New York. They had at one point they had a main building, and they housed a lot of people in that main building. So they had the different streets. This was up in Rochester. It was, so they had, like Tree Street and all these different names for this huge layout of this building. And they had, the units where all these people were housed. Hey, Asif, Uncle Joe might be regretting leaving his toys behind in Afghanistan with the Taliban. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, how much money was that we leave behind? I appreciate the donation and thank you for the statement. Yeah, I'm sure he is. So, careful skipping and buffering off and on. Well, they probably don't want me to share information with you guys. That would be my guess. But again, where was I? I'm just like lost my train of thought. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So You have those. So then what they did is they shut down that main building and shipped everybody out to group homes. So they bought all these homes in different counties. Well, it's all, well, I'm sorry, not Monroe County, but different towns within the county. So they had the different group homes all over there, and then you have the staff working in those houses, and this way the residents are in the public then, and but you got people that I've worked behavior houses where there's a lot of behaviors that you deal with, and I've also worked medical houses where you have a lot of medically frail people that wouldn't last 10 days without the medical care that they're getting right now. And if you have a short-term situation, you thin the herd quite a bit. And like I said, if you can stretch it out to a 6 to 8 week situation, there's going to be a whole lot less people in the United States, you know. And so then it would make softening things up, if you will, and they would go from there. It's as simple as that. But you would think. I want you guys to think about this and really think about this. What do you think is going to happen in the cities? What do you think is going to happen in the cities? Uh, you know, don't they try to reduce medically frail people with? Oh, yeah. Well, Okie Forge. I can't. I'm not going to say that. Yes, but you guys can read his comments. But in the cities, there's not a lot of gardens growing in the cities. Now there's some. Okay, there's some, but there's not a lot. There's not a lot of places to grow any food unless you're doing rooftop growing. The cities would be a nightmare really, really quickly, huh? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what did we talk about before? New York City, 8 million people in New York City, and I want you to think about that. There's no way, there's no way all those people are leaving that city. They're not getting out. They're on an island. Okay, number one. The ways to be out would be blocked really quickly with traffic. You're not going to be getting out in a vehicle, so now you would be trying to get out on foot. And yes, would some people get out? Yeah, some people would get out, but here's the question. All right, so let's think about this. You're a New York City resident. You have your apartment. You're living in your apartment. You're living your life. You're paying your ridiculously high rent to live in this little crappy apartment, and you got your job in the city, and you're doing what you're doing. SHTF happens, right? Now you got to get out of Dodge because it's not safe, and a lot of people are going to think, okay, it's not safe. I got to get out of here. Where are you going? Right? Where are you going? What's your plan? A lot of people, they don't have a plan. They'd get out of the city and they'd be like, okay, now what do I do? Where am I going? What do I got? How do I survive? So even the ones that would get out, um, just how long do you think that the water supply will last in a city like New York? Yeah, exactly, Delbert. Exactly. It's a great point too. Water supply would be gone quickly, and then they'd be hoping on rain, trying to collect any kind of rainwater that they could. And then again, wouldn't do they have the wherewithal to know how to purify it? People don't know. They have no idea because they don't pay attention. They just don't. There would be some that would. My thoughts are before they get all the way out of there, there will be sick and dying. The survivors will have no fight left in them. You know what? And I agree with that statement, Joe. That's a good statement. Uh, they'll be sick. They'll be weak. They'll be compromised. They'll be overtired. You know, not again. Let's look at our segment of our society, right? Most people are not in great shape in this country anymore. There's a lot of people that are not in great shape. So, they're going to walk 5 miles and they're going to, freaking, you're going to have people dropping dead of heart attacks. There's going to be injuries. They're going to be like, okay, that's it. I can't go no more. So what do? You leave them behind or do you keep going? So all those are going to be factors as well. And, and again, if you have, let's say you got your elderly parents and you live in the city, you leaving your elderly parents behind? I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't leave my mom behind. You know what I mean? So, those are things that you have to think about as well. So, if you're in those cities, it would be an absolute nightmare. And even if you could get out of those cities, it's not like the people in the countryside are going to be sitting around a campfire singing "Kumbaya" and welcome everybody. Come on in. We'll feed everybody. It's not going to happen. It's going to be survival of the fittest. The toughest and the strongest will survive. But you got to remember, I don't care. Like, say you got a gang, right? And you got 200 member strong gang, right? So now you get out of the city and you go to the first town, and we're gonna go house to house, and we're gonna loot, we're gonna rob, rape, pillage, and steal, and that's what they're gonna do. That's their game plan. What's gonna happen is at each one of the houses there may be somebody who's armed, and they take out five or six of them. Well, before you know it, you don't have a 200 strong army anymore. Now you're down to 100, and every subsequent home that you're trying to take, especially as you get further into the country, you're talking about more well armed people that know the territory, know the area, they know you're coming. They're going to be picking you off. You're going to be sitting ducks. And that because most people are not going to be stealthy and going quiet through the woods. They're going to take the path of least resistance. So they're going to be on the roads, walking in a group or whatever they're doing, horses or bicycles or whatever the case may be. And if I'm Joe Country Boy sitting out there knowing that they're coming, I'm going to have set up nice crossfire setup someplace where we can just pick them off, sitting ducks. Get them in a choke point somewhere where they can't get out, and the only thing they can do is try to retreat. How many would they lose? They'd lose a lot. So, those are all things that people don't think about, but that's reality. They're not going to be just walking out and everything's going to be beautiful and it's going to be utopia. It's going to be a nightmare. And like I said, again, the further you get out of the cities and you get further into the country areas, country folks are ready. You know what I mean? Their mindset is completely different from the city people's mindset, and they're going to be ready for you. And so that's what you need to think about. You need to plan for that. You know, like I have said many, many times, guys, if you are in the cities and if you can get out of the cities, because let's go with Jason, Angry Prepper. Now, I love Jason. I think Jason's a great guy. And I know Jason has a plan, but, not everything goes as smoothly as you would hope. Will he get out in time? Will he get out soon enough? Who knows? Now, he has a destination that he can go to. He knows he can also come here. It would be a little bit tougher for him to come down here from New York City. But, he has another way that could go first, and there's all things that he could do. But now, if he got out soon enough, you saw the red flags coming, holy crap, this ain't looking good. It's time to take a vacation for a week or so. Then you get out of Dodge early. You get down to realistically, he can get out once it bottlenecks. Depending on where, let's put it like this. I'm sure Jason has alternate escape routes out of the city other than the main fairways. I'm sure of it. I know Jason. Jason's a smart guy, so I know he has a plan. But again, executing that plan, being able to pull it off with millions of other people out there flipping out, losing their minds. I don't want to be around that. I would rather be in an area where I know where I'm at. Like where I'm at here. You're not just strolling down the road after SHTF and say, "Hey, I know where Prepper Nurse One's at. I know his location. We're going there and we're going to take his stuff." Well, there's a whole lot of houses between where I'm at and to get to me along the road. If you're coming in on a road, and I wish you luck if you come in through the woods. I'd be really impressed if you did that, to be honest with you. Okay. But you're going to run into resistance all the way through. So, there will be there will be trees down in the road. You're not driving in, and if somebody comes up and they're like, well, I'm with XYZ group, there's gonna be communications and people are gonna be talking and they'll be like, they would get a hold of me and they say, hey, we have Joe Blow and Susie Q over here. They say that you're part of your group, and if I say yes, they're part of my group, let them through. They're gonna let them in. But if you are Charlie Hustle and Silly Sally, and they are part of Prepper Nurse One's group, and they call me up and Silly Sally, I don't know them. They're gonna send you packing on down the road. Okay. So, that it's not going to be what you think a lot of times. It's not going to be as easy as people think that it would be just to come in. And then if you did get here, let's say you got through all that. Now, number one, your numbers are going to be reduced before you even got here. And then when you got here, you don't think we're going to be ready for you? You know what I mean? I just, the lunacy of people saying that they're going to attack preppers and go after preppers when SHTF happens, I always laugh at that because I'm like, do they realize what they're going to be going up against if they actually think that they want to do that? Even an individual. I'm going to tell you what, guys. Okay, Mike Tyson said, and I love this. This is what Mike Tyson said. Coming into a fight, everybody's got a game plan until you get punched in the face, right? You got a game plan, but then once you get punched in the face, you know, that whole thought process is out the window. Somebody comes in here, and they have bad intentions. We take out the first five or six before we even get anywhere near close to us. You think the ones behind are going to be, okay, giddy up, it's our turn. No, they're going to be turning tail and they're going to be running because that's human nature. It's survival, fight or flight. And if you are not organized, and I mean a truly militarily organized group, that's not going to be, easy pickings are not there, especially when you're going against an organized group that knows the lay of the land, that knows the choke points, that knows, okay, well, if they come this way, because again, most people, again, let me just reiterate this, guys. Most people are lazy. Okay. Most people are lazy. They're going to take the path of least resistance. That's just human nature. That's just human nature. So, they're going to come on down the road. All right. You're going to have an opportunity to see them coming because, again, if I have this straight road that I can go on, or do I climb up this hill and then go down into this valley and climb this hill and climbing through the woods? How much noise are you going to make doing that? Okay. Here's the other thing I want you to think about. You're traveling. SHTF has happened, and you're trying to go. Let's say you're trying to go south, right? You're trying to get south. So here's your options. You got the road here going this way, flat, straight road, or here's the mountain. You got to go up this mountain, right, to go that way, and then you got more mountainous area that you got to go through. Which way do you think people are going to go? You think, hey, you know what? Screw that. I know we're tired, we're exhausted, we're cramping up, we haven't eaten in 3 or 4 days. We're sick, we don't feel well. Yeah, let's climb the hill. They ain't climbing the hill. They're going to take the path of least resistance. That's, again, human nature. And again, anybody can say what they're going to do. Anybody can say, I would do this, I would do that. But you don't know until you get punched in the face. Okay. And to me, do you plan on building some tree stands for outposts? Well, basically, Don, here's the thing. Okay. What I showed in the video today, will that be used for a lookout observation post, or is that, or I'm sorry, listening observation post, or is that a decoy? So the answer to that is yes. Right? Uh, is there other places that are already built or being built? Possibly, possibly not. All right. I'm not giving out all the information. All right. That's certain things. I wanted to show you that one to give you an idea of, what we have here. Um, it is, once that is more built up and done, you'll see it. I'll show it again. Uh, you know, I'm not giving away everything. Obviously, you don't give your enemies the information that they want that's going to help them to succeed with what you're doing. I don't think it'd be a real good idea for anybody to come into the open meadows thinking that they're just going to walk up in on us and do what they want to do. That would be foolish. Okay. So, but I'll sell my drone footage of Ed's place. Oh my God, that's funny. But anyway, it's those are things you got to think about, and you have to have a game plan, and realistically, SHTF goes sideways. And now all of a sudden we got all of our people here. And I'm not going to tell you what that number is either, but we got all of our people here. You think we're going to sit around and have a nice cry around the campfire and go, oh, woe is us, the world has gone to crap, and now what are we going to do now? Well, we're going to be busy. We're going to be busy. We're not leaving. We're not planning on going anywhere. There'll be plenty of things to do here to keep us busy for a very, very long time. And, building up defensive positions, getting things squared away, being ready, uh, you know, bunkers more than what we've already got going. There would be all kinds of stuff going on, and it would be frenzied activity, making sure that we can protect what we have, keeping it safe. Right. Always expect the unexpected and never underestimate your enemy. Exactly, Don. But like I said, again, we are in a position where we are located. It is off the beaten path. To even get where I'm at is going to be a chore for somebody, and that's reality. Okay, and I'm not like, I'm so cocky and confident. We're not worried at all. Of course, we're worried. All right, you'd be foolish not to be. So, we get here, everybody gets here, we got the people, and it's time to get to work because now we're here 24 hours a day. But we're not going to overwork our people. We're going to take care of what we need to take care of. We're going to make sure that we have defensive positions squared away the way we need to have them squared away, and we'll be ready. And that's it. And if trouble comes, trouble will find trouble. And that's all I'm going to say. Will we win or will we lose? I don't know. You know what I mean? But let me put it like this. I would just put it like this. If somebody comes here after SHTF with bad intentions, I would suggest one thing. Make sure you bring your own body bag because you're going to need it. And that's it. And that's not being cocky. That's not being, you're overconfident. It has nothing to do with that. It will cost you dearly. That I promise you. If you think you're going to come in here and just take over, it's going to cost you dearly. So are you willing? Are you willing? This is what you have to be at, okay? This is where you have to be at in your mind. What is worth the price to take something, right? What is worth the price? So are you going to go for what?
Are you willing to die for it?
Right. Are you willing to die for it? Or are there easier, softer targets out there that you can go for? And the reality is there will be a lot of soft targets, a lot of soft targets. So those type of people that have that mindset of take, they're going to go after the soft targets. And even the soft targets are going to reduce the bad guys' numbers. So, but, that's all I'm saying. What's that?
Almost 8 count.
Oh, it is egg count time. All right, so let's go ahead. Thank you, because I just looked and I went, oh, really? Okay, yeah, it is. Let's go ahead and do egg count. So, how many eggs today? And yes or no for Miss Thickneck. I will give you guys a moment to get your guesses up here, and we will go from there. So, go ahead. And desperate people do desperate things. Exactly. Yep. So, I'll give you guys a moment, and we'll go from there. No, like I said, I've told you guys before, and I'll tell you again. The scariest person to me in a true SHTF situation is the person that is desperate and scared because they are willing to do whatever is necessary to take care of what they need to take care of, and they have nothing to lose. Yeah, Mark will be here this weekend, Joe. Yep, Mark is going to be here. But okay, so I'll give you guys another minute to get your guess. What do we have? 4:15 in the chat. We're at 2:45 on the thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that ahead of time. Also, it makes a big difference again with the algorithms. So thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So first of all, let me just say before I give you the exact number of eggs, I did not think that anybody would get it as quickly as they got it today. I will put it out there right now. I was very surprised what we had today for the egg count. If you had the same guess as Cindy Y. So now you're probably going back looking, what Cindy Y, what was her guess? Cindy Y guessed 11 eggs, and yes for Miss Thickneck today. The best egg count day of the year so far, and that's coming off of 14 hens. So 11 eggs today. So amazingly well. So congratulations, Cindy Y. You've won absolutely nothing. So yeah, there she is right there. Yep, she goes, yay! So congratulations for that. I'll be honest with you. I thought for sure I was going to be like waiting because there was a lot of people 7, 8, 6, 9. Usually it doesn't go much higher than that because I usually don't lay more than that. So good guess, Cindy. So, all right. Yeah, they were laying them down today. So, and actually Becky said, she goes, well, I've been talking to the girls, the chickens. She goes, and this 6 or 7 eggs a day out of 14 hens. She goes, I told him that's not acceptable. You guys need to be laying more eggs, which is hilarious because I could see her doing that. You know, I've been taking care of you and I've been giving you treats, and you guys need to start. And ends up with 11 eggs today, so good for her. So, all right. So, but again, you know, depending on where you're at, guys, make sure you're taking care of your business. It is going to be an absolute nightmare. I constantly hope, I hope that we will have enough time to do what we need to do up here. Because again, when SHTF happens, we got all the time in the world. And when we're all here and we're working together, I mean, I want you guys to think about what do we normally get done realistic. I mean, if you're realistically looking at it, Fridays, we don't always do a whole lot. Saturdays, we put in a full day. Sundays, we put in about a half a day. So we basically a day and a half a month. And we've made some pretty significant progress on this property in a day and a half a month. Okay. That's a fact. I mean, that is a fact. So if we're here all the time, what do you think we're going to get done when everybody's here and that type of stuff? Again, realistically, what percentage of your group will make it to the place after SHTF? Will they be part of the same people trying to get when they will be the same part of the same people trying to get somewhere else? Okay, thank you for that question, Joe, and I think that's a legitimate question. The reality is this: will everybody in the group make it down here? Probably not. That's the reality. Okay, that's the reality. What advantages do we have with being who we are and what we're doing? Right? We're going to be looking at situations and assessing situations, and something happens, something goes down. Do you think that the people that are part of this group are going to sit home and go, well, it's probably going to get better. We'll just wait. We're gonna stay here. The lights are going to come back on, and everything's going to be fine. Do you think they're going to be those type of people? Because there's a lot of people that are going to do exactly that. Or do you think they're going to be the people that go, man, things are starting to look squirrely. Let's head out early and get down there, and we'll take a week vacation, and I'll call in and we'll take a week vacation. You need to move as quickly as possible. And the sooner you make the decision to get out of Dodge, whatever your location is, and get down here, the better it's going to be. And I have no problems with false alarms and people coming down here and going, yeah, I just didn't like the way things were looking. And I may put out a text to the group and saying, hey, listen, guys, if you can do it, if you can do it, get down here as soon as you can. All right. So that the reality is we do have an advantage when it comes to that because we're looking at it from a different perspective than Joe, average citizen. Number two, we have a plan, right? We have a plan. So that gives us that advantage as well. Now, that being said, let's say they delay and it takes them, a while to get here. And maybe they don't make it. Some people are not going to make it. That's a fact. That is a fact. Anything can happen between where their home is and to get here. They got to know where the hot spots are going to be. Like, are you going to drive? Let's give it an example. Okay. Now, when I go back and forth to New York, I don't go into Pittsburgh at all. I'm circumventing the outside of Pittsburgh, right? So I go through the outside of Pittsburgh. I go through Washington, the city of Washington down there. That's probably the most populated area on my trip back and forth to New York. But I don't go through the city. If you have a trip that you would say you're coming here to the Homestead and you had to drive through Cincinnati, you think it might be advantageous of you to have a game plan in place that you go, you know what? It may take a little bit longer, but we're not driving through Cincinnati. We're going to get around it and go around and have alternate routes. Okay, you have to think like that. You have to put yourself in that mindset where you're prepared to. It may take a little bit longer, but you're going to do what you got to do. Again, so no, Joe, going back to your question, I don't believe that everybody would make it. So that's why if you have a bigger group and a strong group, and let's say 75%. Let's go with that number, Joe. Okay, let's go with 75%. So if you have 50 members, or let's say you have 100 members, right? So if you have 100 members in your group, and I'm just making up a number here, guys, okay? You got 100 members in your group, 25 don't make it, 75 do. That's still a pretty good amount of people that you would have to do take care of business. Obviously, me personally, I would hope that everybody gets to make it. You know what I mean? We're always in communication. We have, a group that we talk with all through the month, all day. That we all communicate with each other. So that's already in place. So if I put out in that group chat, time to get out of Dodge or whatever, if whatever I would say to say, hey, you know what, it might be time for, if you can, get down here now. And even if it's a false alarm, it's a good test. It lets you, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What did I forget? What do I already have? See, the thing again, the more stuff that you have on site, now all you got to worry about is getting here. You know what I mean? That's the reality of that too. And so those are things that people really need to think about. And it's planning. It's getting the house in order, getting things squared away. Like I said, worst case scenario, the SHTF hits the fan. We box in the pavilion, and now that's living quarters for some people. It's as simple as that. We're gonna do what we have to do. We don't want everybody on top of each other, but if we had to bunk up, in here, I could sleep two people on the couch that Rob's sitting on. This turns into where I could sleep two people here, and depend on what she looked like, I could have somebody sleep with me. Saving room. Thank you. But you know what I mean? It's like I could put six people comfortably on beds, and then if we had to, I could sleep people on the floor. You know what I mean? So, and then we have tents on site. We got the blue houses on site. Mark's got his place. Dave is working on building stuff down there. Plus, he's got the travel trailer and he's got his camper. So again, we got a lot of different areas for short time where people could be out of the weather. We would be building right from the get go. Making sure we had shelters for people and all that type of stuff. So, those are things that you got to. And again, here's the other thing. Let's throw this factor in. What time of year is it when this happens? If it's wintertime, it's going to make things a lot more dicey. What do we have? How many wood stoves do we have? Do we have enough here that we can take care of stuff, right? Like, right. What's that? Yeah, enough wood cut ready to go. Like right now on the homestead, I have three wood stoves. Well, actually, there's four because Mark has a wood stove in his building as well. All right. I have a wood stove that we're going to be putting in the pavilion. I have a wood stove that's going to go in the blue house. And I have the wood stove out back here behind here that I could, if I decide to extend a porch area, I can put a wood stove in here. So I already got three wood stoves that I have here. Mark's got a wood stove in his building. When Dave built, he's going to have a wood stove in there. When Rob builds, he's going to have a wood stove in there. So we're going to have, a lot of options that way. Yeah, no. Sissy says not everyone will be sleeping. You need watchers. Absolutely. Once SHTF happens, folks, 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, somebody's going to be on watch. And I'm not going to give you the rest of what we've already talked about of how we're going to do security here and what the game plan is. I'm not going to give that information away. But we have a game plan to try to make sure that we keep our people safe. And, and we're going to go from there. So I would bunk in with Hella. Morning Light says she will kick off some body heat. She's a good sleeper. She's knocked out right now. She's laying like right here. We've been out and about today. We've put in a lot of hiking, and so she's tired. She's a good girl, but and she just had two sausages on top of it, so she's got a full belly. She's tired and she's ready to go. But like I said, guys, suburbia. You're not safe in suburbia either. I know a lot of people talk about I'm going to hunker in and I'm going to stay here. You're going to have a lot of people out there that have nothing. If they see smoke coming out of your chimney of your house and it's wintertime and they're cold, they know that you have a nice warm house. They're going to want in, hey, listen, we've been neighbors for 10 years. Let us come in, let us be with you. And you go, no, now you got an enemy, right?
Suburban's right on the edges of the city.
Yeah, right. And
So
suburbia is right on the edges of the city. And that's what when I lived in Greece, New York is a suburb right outside the city. I mean, you are 10 miles away from being in the city, realistically. 10 miles isn't a lot of room, guys. 10 miles is not, a safe distance. And again, when you live in those row houses, I mean, like we had the houses literally 15, 20 feet apart from each other all the way down the road. And then we had a pretty deep backyard. I had a 200-foot deep backyard, but there's the row of houses on the backside. And across the street from that, there's another row of houses there. There's a row of houses across the street from me. And then you went over to the next street, there's more. That's a lot of people that are unprepared. And I'm sure that some of them were prepping to a degree, but if you have it and they don't, believe me, people feel very entitled, and it's not fair. And how dare you? And you're not sharing, and that's not right. I mean, they will justify it any way that they have to come and take your stuff.
they're looking at it as survival.
Right, and if they're looking at it as survival, they'll kill you. If you don't share, and even if you do share, they may kill you anyway. Yeah, take everything you have and then say it's theirs. So that's why you have to be careful. You have to plan ahead. You have to think ahead. My husband's friend is a veteran, so we have 3 people to do three shifts. So there's the other part of that, Sharon. The more, yeah, or they will burn you out. That absolutely is a great comment. Thank you very much for that comment. I do appreciate that. If they can't get at you, they'll set your house on fire. Yeah, you know what I mean. So here's my thought. Okay, so you got 3 people doing shifts, so you always got somebody awake. 8-hour shift is a long time. People get tired, they get bored, they get complacent. Realistically, my suggestion, just you can take it for what you will. The larger your group that you have, you do 2-hour shifts, right? Why 2-hour shifts? Because you better be able to stay awake for 2 hours. Keep sharp, keep paying attention, see what's going on. Then somebody else takes over. They do their time. Now, is it one person? Is it 2 people? That's your call. You're going to have to make a decision on how you're doing that. Uh, and depending on the size of the place you got, how many areas do you need to watch? You know what I mean? How many people are going to cover a certain area? So, like up here in the upper or lower meadow, do I just have somebody on the top of the hill in the LPOP that I showed you, right? Trying to cover everything? Does that make sense? It doesn't. You would need multiple spots. So again, the more people that you have, you're rotating out, and then other people can sleep, and that's how you would have to do it. Again, so the larger your group, what you want to focus on, guys, and we're gonna do shout outs here in just a second. What I want you to think about, keeping people properly rested, because if people are properly rested, there are prepper groups whose prepper is scouting public prepper locations and will attack before a group gets there to defend. They have already picked which neighbors they hit first. Again, that's a possibility, Joe, but again, depending on what the situation is, they may not be able to get out of their own neighborhoods. It's all, like I said, again, it's all great to have a game plan until you get punched in the face. And that just changes everything. So that's just, that's kind of where I'm at with that one. But again, if you have, people can say that we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. When reality happens, again, a lot of these people, Joe, I'll give you an example. A lot of these prepper groups that talk all that crap that they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. A lot of them have never been under fire. Not a lot of them. Maybe they have 1 or 2 combat veterans in their group, maybe if they're lucky. Okay, but I'm going to tell you right now, if I start shooting downrange and you're coming, that's going to change a lot of people's minds. And when their buddy's face blows up next to them, all right, and their buddy goes down and they're not moving anymore, that's going to change a lot of people's attitudes. And I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is any situation anywhere, if you're attacking a group of organized people that know what they're doing, it's stupid. Going for softer targets would be the way to go. So all those ones that go on there saying, "Oh yeah, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that." Again, there's a lot more softer targets out there that they can take over and get people's stuff and be able to feast and eat well and not risk all their group members' lives. That's what they're going to do. That's reality. Going after an organized group would be just stupid. So for the people that say, "Yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that," good luck, because you're going to need it, because your marauder group will not be around long when you go up against organized people that are squared away. And even if let's say, okay, how long is it going to take, right? How long is it going to take for the people to get there? So you've decided, okay, yeah, we're going to real quick. I'm going to touch on this. You've decided your group. So they got 10 guys, right? You got 10 guys. You go, okay, and let's use me. We'll use me for an example. We know where Prepper Nurse 1 is. So SHTF has just happened. Now, how quickly are you going to organize those 10 people from different, maybe they're all in your same town. And now you're going to go take Prepper Nurse 1 stuff, right? Because it's Prepper Nurse is there, Steve is there, and nobody else is there yet. But how do you know that? How do you know Rob hadn't decided 2 days ago we're going to get there early because we have a feeling that things are going sideways, and maybe other people have decided to come in early as well. So now you think you're coming in against a small number of people, but then you get here, and we're just going to roll in and we're just going to take over, and all of a sudden you get lit up like it's Christmas time because we're ready. Okay, so don't ever assume that it's going to be this way or that way. That's all poppycock. It's all just big talk. So that's where I'm at with that one. Okay, so let's do this real quick because we're like way past here. But again, you never know what can happen. So being prepared, being as ready as you possibly can be, defensively, offensively, what you need to do. It's a lot easier to defend a position than it is to try to take one over. I'll put it like that. Okay, we're going to do this quick because we've just ate up a ton of time. Again, we're at 286. Let's get past 300 on those thumbs up, guys. I do appreciate that as well. We got Icky Can up in Canada. There's Angry Prepper Jason down in New York City. You have Alaska Prepper, that is Rudy. There's Alaska Granny. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and myself, Reliance, 2 different channels, same guy. You have Demcad. There is Corporal's Corner. Bjorn Hansen. There is 80K Man. Visitor Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles. You got Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. Great channel out there, a lot of good information. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wranglestar, that is Cody. Red Poppy Ranch. You have Survival Lily over in Europe. There is Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota. You have Bush Radical Girl in the Woods, husband and wife team. Really good people splitting their time between Michigan and Alaska. There is Green Greg's, a lot of good gardening information on his channel. Southern Prepper 1 does his Boots on the Ground series. You have Gray Man Prepping. There's St. Bernard Acres with Joe. You have Doug and Stacy. They've been around a long time. Great channel. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there. The Green Dream Project out in Arizona. Another nice couple out there doing their thing out there. Camping with Steve Wallace up in Canada doing stealth camping. Bush Doctor Survival. You have Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. Great channel as well. Boss of the Swamp. He's been around a long time. Real good channel. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Everything you want to know about the Grand Solar Minimum, he's your guy. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer, Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands of La Palma. You have Mary Greeley News giving you all the updates of Yellowstone and everything there. So definitely check her out. Adapt 2030, Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, you got to get it from one guy, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall's a great guy, great channel, a lot of good information there. Plus, he gives back to the community in a huge way. Deep South Homestead, another great channel, a lot of good information on their channel. You have The Outsider. He's up in Maine. You have The Fit Farmer. There is Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. Townsend's a lot of great information on how to live back in the 1800s. Um, you have the prepared mind. There is pinball preparedness, East Tennessee preparedness, the economic ninja, and last but not least, Little House Off Gritty. I know I did that really fast, but I want to get that all in because I wanted to continue to talk about this because I think that this is important. You know, when people talk about we're going to do this and we're going to do that and this is our game plan, we've got preppers marked out and we're going to go and we're going to take their stuff. Okay. And again, you don't know how many people are going to be on site. You're coming into an area that you don't really know. You don't know what the defensive positions are. You don't know what the people have planned. You could be coming down, and again, if you say, okay, well, what we're going to do, guys, we're going to stop here. We're going to go into the woods and we're going to come in from these different directions and attack from different ways. You know, we're talking wilderness out here. We're not talking, the little woods in the park that you're going to go to on the weekend with your wife and have a picnic. That's not what we're talking about here. This is wild country. Real easy to twist an ankle, get hurt. There's wild animals out there. We have snakes that will kill you. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff like that that's going to be a deterrent as well. And, you know, if you want to form a group, what should you be asking? Rhonda Henry, that's a great question. What is their intention? Why do they want to be part of a group? What are they looking to get out of being in a group? What are their long-term plans? Do they, what skill sets are they bringing to the table? How long have they been prepping? What kind of supplies would they be bringing to the table? So that's just an example of a few questions. Doing a background check on people, I think, is really important. Okay, really important. I got multi-floor rows that no one can get through to my uphill property. Yeah, and I have blackberries all over the place up here as well that they would have to get through, and that would suck to get through that. And okay, so I've showed you guys a little bit, and we're going to do some more videos so you get a better idea. So here's my meadow, right? Here's the upper meadow, and then you have the lower meadow. Once you're off the meadows, this is your elevation, guys, right? This is your elevation. So you're down at the bottom, and it is literally between 450 and 500 feet straight uphill. All right. I've walked it with no gear, with no weapons, with no nothing. And I'm going to tell you what, it will kick the crap out of you. Okay. Coming up on, and that's just going down to visit the waterfall, going all the way down to the waterfall. And if you watch those videos, and I have videos of that walking down through the woods. And again, it doesn't do it justice because, Old Mud came here and he's walked up the hill, right? Well, the people say, "Oh my God, you're so out of breath and you're so out of shape walking up this hill." He goes, "Man, on video," he goes, "it doesn't do it justice, this hill." And I go, "Yeah." And I'm trying to walk uphill at the same time. But again, it would be very difficult stealthily to come up anywhere on this property without making noise and not having us hear it if we're listening for those type of things. So it's not as easy as people think. And again, when you pick your location, know the lay of the land and what tactical advantages you have with your land. Absolutely, Jay. That's a great comment. It's a great comment. So, what are your choke points going to be? What are you going to do? How are you going to make sure, if somebody comes in, and they're in a car? First of all, you're not racing in here. This road, you are not racing in on this road. Okay, that's just not without bouncing all over the place. And you sure aren't going to be racing in, right, and shooting weapons anywhere near accurately. So if I'm in a standing or prone or concealed position, and you're racing in your vehicle thinking we're going to surprise attack and we're going to take this guy's stuff, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. I mean, that's just, I picked this property very strategically. When I found this property, I looked at where I was, I looked at what I had, I looked how hard it is just to even get in here, okay, and how far off the beaten path I am. And I went, absolutely, absolutely. And here's the other thing, guys. We are surrounded by woods around here. So it's not like, a mile away is suburbia. It's not. It's not. Suburbia is a long way away from here. And the people that are out here, you don't think, all right, you don't get it because maybe some of you don't live in the area and you don't understand. The people that live out here, a lot of them have known each other forever. Now, I'm the New York guy. That's how I'm known out here. They know me as the New York guy, okay? But you don't think that the people that live out here, that choose to live out here, what's the score? I got to see. Hold on a second. Now you're talking crap about the Yankees. I got to look and see is there a score in that Red Sox game? Because the Red Sox do suck, by the way. So now I got to look real quick. You're talking crap. You better have the lead if you're talking crap. Oh, you do have the 3-2 right now in the middle of the 8th. The Red Sox suck. But anyway, boo to the Red Sox. Anyway, so but let's go back. I'm just giving you guys a hard time. When I found this property, I love the location because of its isolation. Ed, do you have an armory in place with stored ammunitions? Maybe, maybe not. There's certain stuff I'm not going to share with you guys. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Some stuff I'm not going to share, to be honest with you. Okay, some stuff I'm just not going to share. But anyway, let's do this real quick. We are Legion. We are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? We have Philip from Melbourne, Australia, even though he's using Karen's thing. So, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes, Philip. I appreciate that. Missouri with Brad, Franklin County, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda, Nowhere, Oklahoma with Okie Forge, Pipestem, West Virginia, St. Columbian, Quebec. Very nice. Glad to have you here. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. Angela from Tucson, Arizona, Waterloo, New York with Sharon, BC, Canada with Janet, Emil in BC, Canada. We go Nostradamus in Georgia, Leesburg, Florida with Joan. We got Texas is in the house, the UP of Michigan with Dawn, East Central Illinois, Missouri in the Ozarks. We have Charlotte County, Florida, South Florida with Frank, Troutman, North Carolina, soon to be in South Georgia on 41 acres. Congratulations. Union City, Pennsylvania, St. Augustine. We have Black Mountain, North Carolina, East Texas. We have Mud Creek, Ohio with John, originally from the Boston area. Angela, please. Don't tell us about your troubles. No, I'm just kidding you. Bay of Islands, Newfoundland, Canada with Mar. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Greenville, North Carolina with Jeff. Ontario, Canada with Dave. Central Indiana with Susan. Troy, North Carolina. We have Bath, England. Oh, you lived in Rochester, New York? Very cool. Thank you, Brian. Glad to have you here. Baton Rouge, Louisiana with Warchild. West Central Georgia. Northern Wisconsin with Raven. West Central Ohio with Dale. Let's see. We got Rhode Island's in the house with Sissy. North Carolina with Malachi's Corner. So again, guys, we're all over the country, all over the world. We're a huge network of people. We're the ones that truly can make a difference. I think we should try to do so if we can. That's all we can do. Just do the best that you can, and stuff like that. Again, you know what? I want to go real quick. We're going to say one more thing, and then we're going to go into the ending. I think I'm infallible here. No. Do we have a lot of improvements that we would need to do ahead of time? Absolutely, yes. If we have the time, I think we're going to be, well, first of all, let's put it like this. If SHTF happened tomorrow, we would be in a lot better shape than most people. That's a fact, okay? That's a fact. Can we get in a lot better shape if we have another year or if we have 2 years? Absolutely. If we had 2 years, we are going to be in fantastic shape. Okay, fantastic shape. Oh, I wanted to mention really quickly. Tomorrow we have 3 cherry trees coming, 8 pear trees, and 2 more apple trees. So we're going to continue to expand our orchard, and so that is going to be awesome, and I'm really excited about that. So anyway, guys, I want you to remember. I want to thank my moderators first of all to do a fantastic job. Really appreciate what you guys do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for that. It's very much appreciated. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, supporting the channel. Listen to us go completely off the rails early in this stream, to getting more serious later. You got to have fun too. Life is too short not to have fun and laugh. So that's a good thing. You know, Remember, guys, we truly are all in this together. If we could ever come together, we would be in so much better shape. It would be amazing. So I do, I think that that's important that we do so. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you are going to be fine. All right. Be safe, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a busy day here at the homestead, but I'm excited about it. We're going to get some work done. Be safe. I will talk to you all later. Preparedness 1 out for now.